We will call to order at 6:31, and Dan, I'm sure, has already noted the roll call.
Yep.
So we can move on to item 3, which is we need a motion for the approval of the minutes from November 2nd of 2022.
I'm over approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any additions, deletions, corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 So the past appearances, I don't see anybody on Zoom, and there's no one in the room. So we can close appearance and go on to 5A, which is the discussion and consideration for the change of the street parking on Edmund Taylor Parkway. Hey, Tim,
And I'm trying to slow it down.
don't take your coat off.
This will be.
By the way.
I came up Winnequa Road, and I
Oh.
slowed down,
All right.
Have to.
All right.
couldn't speed.
So Tim, we're just on to one item tonight, the dog park.
Mhm.
Everything else was
Yeah.
dropped from the agenda.
We might go down.
Yeah.
So I emailed out the survey responses today, the email, the survey closed today. We had 42 responses, 38 are wanting the change of street parking, and 4 indicated no. One of the 4 in the survey results said something like, if they ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But the majority of the survey respondents added comments that they wanted to make the change for safety reasons, which I understand. So that, I guess that's it for my take. We can easily, if this committee recommends the council to switch the parking, I'll put together an ordinance document identifying the lengths of the parking and no parking, and we'll carry it to council, but. Right?
Yes, the only comment that jumped out at me was the one of turning, if people
Right.
that are traveling west on Femright, turning left on the Edmund Taylor, that it's a sharper than 90-degree turn, which I went down there. Is it really? And it is, but I think what they were saying is people that are caught in the corner.
Yeah, they don't go
Yeah.
around the stop bar like you're supposed to.
Yeah, people that are not actually taking the turn the way they're supposed to take the turn anyways. Because if they pulled forward far enough, there wouldn't be any vision
Right.
issue.
How does it affect the city's vehicles and stuff? Does it matter?
We're gonna be okay.
Okay.
We would extend the southbound no parking past our driveway, so our trucks wouldn't have a problem turning it around. It is a truck route, so
Right.
we can't ban trucks, the Menards trucks, there's other delivery trucks for Sunlight that use that, so we can't have parking on both sides just because of the movement there. But otherwise, I don't think we're impacted at all. Public Works.
So one of the things I saw were from the city here, going up Femright, people turn right and park. Now they have to turn right and turn around. Where do they turn around? Is there, I mean,
They turn around in our driveway. When I asked Jeff what his thoughts were on this, he says they turn around anyway.
When they leave.
So
Yeah.
either
True.
they turn around when they get there or
Yeah.
they turn around when they leave. So
and if I recall, this was started because of a handicap person. Is that right?
Christy
That's
Goforth
one
was the
reason.
resident that brought it forward. I think her idea was, like most of the comments, was for safety. But there is one handicap person that we see for sure. They do park on that side. They would just be parked illegally now if we switch
Yeah.
it. So
And the police have overlooked that.
I can't speak for PD, but I don't believe he's ever got to take.
So why did we not consider leaving parking the way it is, but just putting handicap parking on the other side? One sign or two.
Well, that goes to having parking on both sides of the street with the truck traffic.
Oh.
There's, in this section, gets a lot of semis, so it's more of a safety issue in this.
So when that
section.
person is here, he parks on that side anyway.
Yes.
It's not that.
But that survey was really kind of overwhelming in terms of people who are actually there saying how difficult it is across the street.
Right.
Because they can't control their
Because they
dogs.
can't.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
If they can't control those dogs, they shouldn't get a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are like, many are just super excited, like they're
Yeah.
heads out the window, and as soon as that door opens, like they're
Right.
They're trying to get in quick.
Should we designate a handicap stall there, or should we stripe it so that they're not parked too close up to the corner?
We can, there are examples out there in the United States. There's not many examples for street parking designated for handicap.
Yeah, because now you have to have the extra width and all
Yeah.
that other stuff.
So I think in time, we would, but right now, there's no funding for any sidewalks, nothing behind the curb. So I guess the first goal would be to flip the parking. And then next year, around June or July, when we do the capital budget, we would budget accordingly and then probably upgrade it to a handicap stall on that first one.
Because you need wheel tracks, I mean,
Yeah, we can't put a sign up without doing everything else.
Right,
We don't have the
right.
money to do everything else. right now. So.
Dan,
Yep.
so would there be a plan, assuming that we enact this, and I do support it, particularly having read all the comments, but is it likely that we will stripe the middle line anywhere on this block to help? I don't know, I think if we striped the double line near the intersection, that would probably help solve the problem that was pointed out about, trucks needing to make that turn.
Yeah, right now, there hasn't been a dash, a center line dash or a double down this road. And we're gonna have something unique if this committee approves it and council approves it. We're gonna go for a distance and then we're gonna flip flop the parking so that center line or dash would then have to jog. I personally, I mean, as Public Works, I prefer not to center line this because it's not considered a collector street. It's still considered a local road, low volume road.
Okay.
But they are supposed to turn wide. I mean, the stop bar is the indicator for the turn. And I've sat at that stop bar myself, and Leslie's right, when they make that left turn off Femright, they cut that stop bar. I don't know how you correct that.
Right.
When you come on the exit ramp off of Aberd onto 151, they have dotted lines that designate the curve that you're supposed to take.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility here?
You could do that. You know what, as you were saying that, I was thinking a little bit more about Chad's comment. What we could possibly do is where the end of that stop bar is, do a double yellow for a certain distance. I could check with the traffic engineer and see if that flies with the MUTCD. Not the whole length of the road, but maybe
just that there.
maybe just close to the intersection there. At least that would help align the traffic turning southbound onto Edna Taylor. I have seen that before.
How far back do we prohibit parking from the stop bar? Is it 30 feet?
25 or 30 feet is our typical, usually one car length.
Yeah. That should be good.
Maybe the double line or the dotted line could come back to that point.
Yeah,
Because that's going to be the defined, like, no parking intersection area. I think that would go a long way to getting trucks and
right.
traffic to, get over to
So
that west side of the street when they're
I
headed
will-
south.
I will look that up and confirm that before we send it to council, because I would like to have that included in the ordinance document. I think that might go along with
It's very similar.
Yeah.
All right, is there a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
That Dan was just putting together.
All right, Chad, did you want a second?
Yes.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Right.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Our new business is all canceled for the night. 6B has decided to withdraw their item for now. 6C has also decided to withdraw their